Chapter 3. Weaning the nice but weak. From people-pleasing to self-respect. Prelude. This chapter isn't here to kill kindness or to harden a man's heart into stone. It's here to wean kindness off a bad habit it picked up along the way, buying peace at any price. When a good nature forgets the scale, its words turn to sugar, melting at the first rise of heat, and its smile becomes a thin wrapper for small concessions that soon stack up. We don't want to extinguish gentleness. We want to put it back where it belongs, a grace that serves the truth, not a substitute for it, a bridge that carries a decision into the heart, not a raft for fleeing the decision itself. Picture a man coming home after a long day, a tired wife, edgy kids, and a postponed matter waiting for a verdict. The nice but weak man rushes to yes, so the house will calm down now, and it does for an hour, while tomorrow his standing shrinks. The man who's been weaned from approval addiction listens with empathy, sums up what he heard, gives one quiet sentence of decision, and restores warmth after execution. The first buys silence from the account of his dignity, the second plants calm in the soil of respect. That is the difference between lawful kindness and flattering the truth to death. Where the need to please is born, whence this fierce hunger to keep everyone pleased. Its roots are usually formative. A boy grows under an overprotective mother and a father who is absent or sarcastic. Without a written lesson, he learns that peace returns only when he yields. The equation imprints on his nerves. I say yes implies anger subsides implies I feel safe. School often completes the script from another angle. Boyish initiative is trimmed back, clear dissent is scolded, and silence becomes a survival strategy. On the road to adulthood, screens feed the caricature. A bungling father, a clowning husband, and a good man recognizable only when he keeps quiet. That picture lowers a man's inner voice before anyone outside ever does. Some of us then misread the dean. We confuse rifk, gentleness, with dropping the boundary, assuming frank counsel is rudeness and firmness is cruelty. Thus, approval addiction forms, a quick shot of relief with every yes, coupled with a mounting fear of refusal and conflict. Then comes the false equation. Social approval equals safety. A man's full-time job becomes don't upset anyone. Not the wife, not the relatives, not the friends, not the faceless crowd online. Reality exposes the lie. People may delight in you today and forget you tomorrow. But your household will not forget who sold its boundaries to purchase a minute of quiet. So the first step in weaning is to see the root clearly. Fear of rejection plus instant reward equals a pleasant, anxious man, not a calm, leading one. Drills for the courteous. No. Boundaries without a brawl. The goal isn't to learn how to shout. It's to learn how to set a line with grace. A courteous no is like a small key. It makes little noise, yet it closes the door firmly. 1. The two-sentence rule. Begin with one sincere sentence of empathy, then one clean sentence of decision. I hear why you'd like. It makes sense. My call will do. And we won't reopen this now. The secret is restraint. Long defenses smell like doubt. 2. The deferred. No. When emotions surge, don't decide inside the storm. This moment is hot. We'll pause for 2 hours and then decide. Delay here is medicine, not escape. When you return, give the decision once, clearly. 3. No with an honorable alternative decline while offering a lawful path. I'm not okay with posting that photo. Modesty comes first. Our alternative, we print it for the home album. The heart learns a boundary is protection, not deprivation. 4. No to the swarm of small stuff. Adopt the 72-hour rule. Anything non-essential waits 3 days. If the desire survives, review it. If it fades, it was only a moment's mood. Watch the pressure of trivia drop. 5. No to relitigating the closed file, the NSD protocol. Name the behavior. This file is closed. Give a summary in 2 lines of what you heard. 1 decision with a specific review date if new facts arise. Simplicity breaks the whirlpool of argument. 6. A time cap on talk. 10 minutes to discuss, then we decide. A clock forces clarity. 7. Matching body language. Stand upright, breathe slow, steady eyes without a stare. Voice at a 5 to 6 out of 10. Your body says, I'm here. I'm settled. Presence often persuades before words do. 8. Ready-made lines. That's outside our boundaries. This stands till month end, then we review. We'll finish this in private. We won't discuss this in front of others. Short stakes that keep the tent from blowing away. Quiet self-respect, built by decisions. For a courteous no to sound right, it must come from a man who respects himself first. Respect isn't begged for, it's layered through consistent conduct. A. 1. Finish decision a day. Each morning pick one small concrete action. Tidy a corner, complete a form, set a policy, and finish it. The self respects itself when it sees itself complete. B. Economy of words. After a decision over-explaining feels like an unspoken apology and leaks authority. Say the decision in 1 sentence and rest. Calm silence says, my standards are clear and my affection is steady. C. Order in space and bearing. Don't dismiss the quiet power of neatness. A tidy desk, simple clean clothes, a pleasant scent, small signals that the steward honors what's in his care. Those who honor their space are believed when they speak. D. A spiritual routine. Prayer on time, a daily portion of Quran, and bodily effort that vents the day's tension. These pillars feed a settled face and an even tone. When the inner life is sound, the outward softens, and your stature steadies in your family's eyes. E. Guarding boundaries under family pressure lines don't evaporate at the first cousin's request. If a relative presses a known closed door, say, we love you, and this is our line. Full stop. Once people learn your limits aren't for sale, they try less to cross them. F. A dose of warmth after the decision. A lone decision can feel sharp. Follow it with a touch of goodwill, a word of praise, a look of regard, a cup of tea. Kindness after the cut, not instead of it. The heart learns the same hand that set the boundary also restores calm. A small scene to sum it up. You're asked to buy a non-essential item that sits outside the budget. You listen and smile. I understand why you'd like it, but it's outside our plan for this month. We'll revisit it at the start of next month, and that's the end of it. That evening you plan a simple family outing. The boundary held, the warmth returned, and respect grew, quietly. Practical vignettes, before, after. What it looks like in real life. Weaning, the nice but weak, isn't a sermon. It's a string of small, repeatable moments in an ordinary day. Here are 6 snapshots, before and after, each closed with a 1-line takeaway. 1. The appointment, running late. Before, 5 minutes and I'm ready. A quarter hour passes, then another. He waits, pressure rises, then he snaps or sulks in silence, and the outing mutates into a quarrel. After. Departure is 7 o'clock. I'll pull out at 7:05, said calmly that morning. At 7:05, he leaves. Whoever's late joins with no tribunal. Upon meeting, glad you're here. Done. Lesson, treat time as sacred. Announce it once, honor it in action, and bring warmth after the boundary, not instead of it. 2. Photos and social media. Before, it's just one photo, nothing shows. They slide into a long back and forth that ends in either a harsh ban that wounds or a permissive yes that erodes modesty. After, I respect why you want it, but that's outside our lines. Modesty comes first. Offer a dignified alternative. Let's post a family-appropriate shot or keep this for the home album. Lesson. A courteous no plus a lawful alternative equals a boundary understood, not a humiliation inflicted. 3. The non-essential spend. Before he agrees to keep the day smooth, then resents the budget squeeze for a week, and tension blooms. After, I get why you'd like it, but it's outside this month's plan. We'll revisit at the start of next month. He then handles his financial duties with a pleasant face. Lesson: financial trust means order, not harshness. Obligations before luxuries, delivered with a tone that preserves affection. 4. Being put on the spot in public? Before a sensitive topic is opened in front of family or friends, he either lashes out or swallows it, and respect erodes. After, we won't discuss this in front of others. We'll finish in private. Later comes a calm conversation. If it repeats, a clause of the household covenant is activated. Lesson: guarding dignity precedes persuasion. Esteem and affection grow behind closed doors. 5. Tears at decision time. Before, the decision melts at the first tear. The heart learns that crying is a cancel button. After, your feelings matter to me. Let's pause 30 minutes and continue. After the cool down, the decision stands till month end. Then we review. Lesson: brief containment of emotion plus one clear decision equals mercy that doesn't erase the line. 6. The punitive silent treatment. Before, he chases, apologizing for the role rather than the mistake, and the house learns to weaponize silence. After, when you're ready for a calm talk, I'm here. He carries on without pursuit and restores warmth when conversation returns. Lesson: don't reward punitive silence, and don't be harsh. Steady composure teaches the way back. First aid for slips. When you set out to change a deep habit, you will stumble. That's normal. These quick interventions put you back on track without self-flagellation or surrender. 1. False guilt after saying no. That pang of I was harsh will come. Examine it. Did you forbid what is lawful, or did you guard a rightful boundary? If you stood with al-ma'ruf, what is right, recognize the feeling as withdrawal from people-pleasing. Apply a small dose of warmth after the decision. A kind word, a cup of coffee, a gentle touch. Conscience settles when it sees mercy, not backtracking. 2. Pressure from relatives, friends. A chorus circles you. Why so strict? One line is enough. We love you, and this is our home's boundary. Don't hold court. Don't export the debate to social feeds. If true mediation is needed, go to a trustworthy, discreet elder, not an audience. 3. Overcorrection after the first win. After your first success, the ego may lunge into payback, extra rigidity, a spree of no's. Remember the golden rule: kindness after the decision, not instead of it. Fix 2 boundaries, not 10. 1 decision, not a cascade. Steady and small beats grand and erratic. 4. A sharp tongue or heavy hand. Don't launder harshness under firmness. Apologize for tone immediately. I'm sorry for my edge, and the decision stands. You preserve the line and rescue the bond. 5. Fear of evening backslide. Give yourself a deferred review window. A sound decision is not revisited that same day under hot emotion. It's reviewed later with evidence or after a set time. This keeps you from undoing your work with your own hand. 6. Laziness dragging you back to easy yeses. Adopt a 1 decision a day rule, something clear and finished. Small completions feed self-respect, and self-respect makes rightful no's easier to say. What? This weaning is not. To keep your compass true, mark these red lines. Cross them, and you haven't weaned your kindness. You've strangled it with counterproductive hardness. Not cruelty or belittling. Firmness and right is one thing. Insulting your spouse is another. Sarcasm and threats puncture dignity. Dignity breathes justice and gentleness. Not punitive deprivation. Do not shut off warmth or turn your home into a barracks. A clear decision, then returning warmth. This teaches the boundary as safety, not domination. Not a power show. Not every request is a battlefield. Choose your fights. Decide what's essential. Let the margins go. Not stonewalling. The silent treatment is bargaining by other means. A leader's tongue is few words and clear words, not wounding silence. not pious grandstanding. Don't wield Scripture as a club to win. Use it as a scale to do justice. Dijin refines firmness. It never licenses injustice. Not contradiction. Don't preach discipline and then break it. Don't announce a boundary and breach it for your whims. Hypocrisy is the quickest way to hollow out your stature. Progress markers. Specific to this chapter, when you wean your kindness from approval addiction, you won't need spreadsheets to know you're advancing. Just listen to the home's rhythm. 1. Time to decision shrinks. Early on, you might circle for days, reopening the talk night after night. With the two-sentence method and the deferred no, the gap tightens. Days, hours, a few minutes to announce one clear decision. You'll know you've arrived when you can listen respectfully without over-explaining, then speak a sentence that's understood and not dragged into endless detail. Hearts read the message. The captain is present. The helm is not surrendered to the waves. 2. Fewer reopened files. Yesterday's file was buried at noon and resurrected by dusk because the final word was a truce, not a decision. With the SMQ protocol, state the behavior, this file is closed, make a 2-line minute of what you heard, quite one decision with a scheduled review, your home learns that matters are revisited by new information or at a set time, not by surging feelings. Closed files stay closed, reviews come when due. Not silence forever, order that protects calm. 3. Rising calm after hard calls. You'll see it on faces before you hear it in words. Deeper sleep for the kids, a steadier tone from your wife, quieter evenings without heavy blame, the silent treatment fading from the script. Why? Because you didn't stop at firmness. You followed it with returning warmth. A touch, appreciation, a dignified alternative. Hearts learn the boundary is protection, not cruelty. The hand that shut the door is the hand that rests peacefully on the handle. From the quick yes to the no that keeps respect alive. In this chapter, you moved your kindness from a currency that buys a moment's quiet to an adornment that travels with the truth. You named the root, fear of rejection plus the sugar rush of a fast yes, then learned the tools of weaning. The two sentences, the deferred no, the dignified alternative, time-boxed dialogue, and body language that says before the tongue does, the captain is here. After tools came self-respect, built-in silence and follow-through. One finished decision a day, fewer words after the call, boundaries that hold even under family pressure, and warmth that returns to prove that disciplined mercy is not punishment. This is not a revolt against kindness. It's returning kindness to its rightful place. A bridge. Truth crosses into the heart, not a boat that flees truth itself. And when you stumble, and you will, don't smash the house to fix a window. Apologize for tone if it turned harsh. Keep the decision steady. Correct today's step, and the road straightens tomorrow. Let your covenant line ride with you whenever the scale wobbles. I listen, I distill, I decide, then I bring the warmth back. You won't need to shout your rank. Paying the cost of the decision will quiet the home and raise you in their eyes without begging for it. From here, the next chapters will feel natural. Once you're weaned off the drug of approval, you'll read the tests of stature when they come. Delay, debate, comparisons, and neutralize them without collision and without compromise. That's the path that binds gentleness to firmness and makes Qiwamah, as we've believed all along, a dignity proportionate to its duty.